Every time a mass shooting happens in America, the phrase gun control re-enters the public debate.
Let's turn to the gun debate.
It's a cultural issue.
Well, it's an issue of freedom.
This is probably harder for you to talk about.
We do care about
Dead babies.
We
What
do.
are you talking-
That's what you
bring
said.
abortion now?
That's what you said.
Google searches for gun control spike in the 48 hours following an event. But interest fades just as quickly, and within a week it's almost down to normal levels. There are exceptions, of course. For example, if the president gets involved and pushes gun reform legislation.
If there's even one life that can be saved, then we've got an obligation to try.
Or when he makes headlines during an interview.
We do not have sufficient common sense gun safety laws.
Political leaders can keep gun control in the public spotlight by demanding action in unusual ways.
We will occupy this floor. We will no longer be denied a right to vote.
After the deadly attack on the high school in Parkland, we saw the familiar surge in spikes and then a dip in interest. But this time, the debate over gun control has stayed in the spotlight longer, helped by student-organized protests in Florida and President Trump himself.
You know why? Because you're afraid of the NRA, right?
No, the NRA 5 years ago. They never came up.
It's a big issue right now.
But there's something else that has kept it on people's mind this time around. Or should I say, someone else.
In this case, the victims are merely students, right? They're young people who are innocent and they are attacked for no reason, and that gives them a lot of leverage and a lot of power. So rather than arguing we're for gun control and against Donald Trump, they've instead framed their call as merely, we are students who wish to be safe in our classrooms. And they're not afraid to speak about their personal stories in ways that actually move people.
There's an expectation that we will discuss and then it will fade away, and so far it has not.
School walkouts, rallies, and a march on Washington have kept the issue in the news.
Can everybody hear me?
But the success of Parkland's survivors turned activists stems mostly from their use of social media.
The students are digital natives, first and foremost, right? These students grew up immersed in social media, they grew up online. And as a result, they've been really savvy on what works and what doesn't work on the internet. They've used humor, they've used lightness. They've at times engaged in Twitter fights.
These people that have been attacking me on the social media,
Yeah.
they've been great advertisers. Ever since they started attacking me, my Twitter following is now over 250,000 people.
So can this new movement translate a sustained interest in the issue into legislative action on gun laws?
Most Americans, or certainly a surprisingly large number, are willing to reconsider some of their political positions precisely because the people who are urging them to do so are young adults, right? They're young adult victims, they're not professional politicians. The longer the Parkland students can remain unattached and unaffiliated from the major political parties, the longer their movement will be successful.